Hey guys, it's Roscoe, known as Space Coach today. I've been asked by my viewer xruthlesslyx after the tutorial of the Black Series figures for an updated reading list of the Star Wars graphic novels. So let's crack on with that. This is going to be all of them that I have, and I've put everything into essentially chronological reading order. So first of all, the first Darth Maul, which was a great volume. Thoroughly enjoyed this. Then Obi-Wan and Anakin. And then back to Darth Maul for Son of Dathomir. And then after that, Mace Windu, Jedi of the Republic. Now, we then have Darth Vader, Imperial Machine. This is the Dark Lord of the Sith Darth Vader, as opposed to just the Darth Vader that intertwines with the main Star Wars comic later. So that one, Volume 1. Then Volume 2, Legacy's End, the way he goes up against what's-her-face, Jocasta Nu. Volume 3, The Burning Seas. Volume 4, Fortress Vader. And that's the end of this series. And then Thrawn fits in here, I think, quite nicely. Love Thrawn, as you know. And then I would say, if you've got the solo novelisation, graphic novelisation, I don't have any of the ones for the films, you would have these two, Imperial Cadet, Han Solo, and Lando 00 Nothing. Then you would have Solo, a Star Wars story. And then we're into Kanan, The Last Padawan. And then it was Kanan First Blood is the next one. And then this is basically, at this point, it would be, say, Rogue One. But I don't have that, and I don't have any of the films novelisation. So it's then Rogue One, A New Hope, and then the various spin-offs of the main characters from that, first of all. So we have the Princess Leia comic, the Chewbacca, I loved this one. I loved all of these, to be honest. The Han Solo, and older Lando. This is great. This is definitely one of the best ones. Right, and then we start off with Skywalker Strikes, the first volume of the main Star Wars comic. This is just wonderful. It's pure, perfect Star Wars. It's unadulterated form. And as I said, this intertwines for the first several issues with the Darth Vader. So the first one being just called Vader. And then we have Showdown on the Smuggler's Moon. Oh, sorry. Shadows and Secrets, introducing Dr. Aphra. And then it was the Vader Down crossover between the Vader and the Star Wars comic that also has Aphra and the Murder Bots in it. Then it's back to this Star Wars, Rebel Jail, which also has Aphra in it. And then it is skipping over to Darth Vader for the Shu-Torun War, which introduces Queen Trios. I love that character, she's great. Back to Star Wars, The Last Flight of the Harbinger. This is now Volume 4 of the main Star Wars comic. And then End of Games. And this was the end of this Darth Vader. Obviously, it then jumped to the prequel Darth Vader. And there's another Darth Vader that I haven't had yet. I can't remember what that's called. But there's always going to be more Darth Vader somewhere, sooner or later. And then it's the Screaming Citadel Aphra Star Wars crossover, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And then Yoda and his stone power. Now, which one was this called? Yeah, Yoda's Secret War. Did enjoy that one. Very different. And then I would say at that point, you could either intertwine the Dr. Aphra with the ongoing Star Wars, or just have all of the Dr. Aphras, which is I've got here, and then back to Star Wars. So the first volume, of course, is Aphra. You see Black Kasantan and the Murder Bots. Volume 2, what was this called again? Dr. Aphra and the Enormous Prophet, with Rur. And then Volume 3, Remastered, which obviously you see 000 in the background there. And then currently this is the most up-to-date Aphra that I have, the Catastrophe Con. There will be others, they just haven't come out in trade paperback yet. And then it is back to the main Star Wars comic. And it's Out Among the Stars, which was essentially a collection of shorts. This was the best one. The Astromech on a Rampage. And then it was The Ashes of Jeddah, which was great as a coda to Rogue One. Then we have Mutiny at Mon Cala. This is now volume 8 of Star Wars. Volume 9, Hope Dies, thanks to Queen Trios. And then this is currently the most recent main Star Wars comic that I have, which is The Escape. The next one is The Scourging of Shutorin. So after that, it basically skips to the Battle of Endor, and it's Shattered Empire with Shara Bey and Kez Dameron, Poe Dameron's parents. We then go to the Poe Dameron comic, because there's that massive gap from that to this, basically. Black Squadron, the first volume. Second volume was, I can't remember this one now, The Gathering Storm with 3PO. And then we have Legend Lost. And then Legend Found. And this cover, of course, is from the Poe Dameron Annual. I would then, at that point, read the Captain Phasma novel, because this, the end of this, is essentially the start of The Force Awakens. This then happens. And then the last one I have for now is The Spark and the Fire, the final volume of the Poe Dameron comic, which picks up straight after... well, parts of it is straight after The Last Jedi. It's also, a lot of it is straight after The Force Awakens. So that's why I would suggest you read Phasma and then this. But that is all of my collected volumes so far of the canon Star Wars. I do have some of the ODU ones that I've acquired here and there, but that's just too complicated to get into. So I hope you enjoyed. That's my suggested reading order in the chronological order of the canon, the events that they happen. You're welcome to read it in any order you want. There's no right or wrong version. If you just want to read Vader, just read Vader. You just want to read Afra, just read that, or whatever. But that is how I'm organising my Star Wars comics, is chronologically. So I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or suggestion for a upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.